Om Shanti. Good morning, Divine Family. Am I Lord? Am I audible?
Yes, Om
Om,
Bhai.
Om Shanti. So today, 1st of August 2023, Tuesday, the Avyakt Murli reading session dated 22nd September 1975. Title of today's Avyakt Murli is To Stabilize in Your Self-Respect. So, Aman is the key to happiness and all treasures. A wonderful Murli. Bab Dada has spoken about these three stages of uh, how to bring the Soman into practice and how to experience it. First is the self-respect for your own self. Second is the feelings of the original self or Swabhavna. Swaman, Swabhavna, and Shubhavna for everyone. Thereafter, Baba says that this is the key to stabilize in one's self respect, is the key to solve the puzzle of life. And the puzzle is, who am I? And Baba has also spoken about the day each of us Brahmins is born, we receive a birthday gift from the Supreme Almighty Authority, from the Supreme Father, and how to take care of that birthday gift which we received from the Father, how to use it to for everyone. And the wonder of myself, Bahare Mein, and how at Amrit Vela we can revise this lesson of who am I and use the key starting from the Amrit Vela till we go to sleep. So, and how spatial we are, how highest on high Father's Son, Father's children we are, and how to bring that into awareness and how spatial we are, that Baba has highlighted. They are the words of intoxication. Okay, so let's read this Murli with complete consciousness of soul consciousness. To stabilize in your self respect is the key to happiness and all pleasures. Bab Dada says, today's gathering is of those who stabilize themselves in their self respect, of those who look at all others with feelings of the original self, Swabhavana, and of those who have good wishes for each and every soul, Swaman, Swabhavana, and Shubhabhavana for each and every soul. These three stages. Do you constantly and easily have these three stages? Self respect for your own self, feelings of the original self, Swabhavana, for others, and constantly good wishes for others. You already know the difference between being able to stabilize yourself easily in this stage and doing it with effort. So there is a difference between the easy and doing it with effort. Being natural and being trying to put an effort to come into that stage. So at present, this stage should be constantly easy and natural. Baba says, for root, check yourself as to why you are not constantly and naturally able to have this stage. The main reason, Abdada says, the main reason is that you do not remain stable in self respect. So, man, if you inculcate the word respect into your practical life, you can easily attain perfection. Underline, Very important words Baba has said, that when we inculcate the word respect into our practical life, we can easily attain perfection, Sola Kala Sampurnita, just by the word man, Swaman. By stabilizing in your self respect, you will be able to have feelings of the original self, Swabhavna, Swa ke prati, highest elevated bhavna, and good wishes for everyone, or Sarva ke prati, Shubha Bhavna. To stabilize in your self respect is the first lesson. So, these three stages, the first step or the first stage is Swaman. To stabilize in one's self respect is the means to solve the puzzle of life. From the beginning up to now, you have been engaged in solving the puzzle of who am I? In the beginning, when the task of establishment began, what did you ever tell everyone? Who am I? You had this so firmly, that who am I? I am a soul. I am not the body, I am a soul. I am the master of my karmendriyas, my master of my body, master of my mind, my intellect, and my sanskars. I am the master creator. So you had this so firmly in your awareness that everyone was aware that all of you had just the one lesson very firm, and that was, what am I or who am I? That same lesson is still continuing today, and this is why it is called puzzle. Sorry, such a small puzzle. It's a very small puzzle and easy. Later on, Baba goes on to say it's an easy puzzle. But such a small puzzle has defeated the highest on high Brahmins. And still, we have not been able to master this. The key to this puzzle, that is, who am I? It has them puzzled. That is, they haven't been able to solve it fully yet. If instead of self respect, you have a vision of body consciousness or arrogance towards others, what would you call that? Have you solved this puzzle, or are you still in the process of solving it? The entire knowledge is merged. Bhabdada says the entire knowledge is merged in the answer to this question, who am I? And this one term, the answer to this question, who am I, is the key to all the treasures of happiness, the treasures of all powers, the treasures of the wealth of knowledge, and the treasures of breath and time, Shwas and Samay. There are, this is the key to all the treasures of happiness, powers, knowledge, breath, and time. So you have received the key, have you not? Bhabdada is asking the questions to we Brahmin souls. The day that each of you Brahmins is born, you receive a birthday gift. Do you not? So this is the birthday gift which we Brahmins, especially we Brahmin souls, we receive this the moment we are born, the moment we are born into the soul consciousness stage. So constantly continue to use the birthday gift that you have received from the Father, and you will be able to become full of all treasures for all time. Constant stage of being a treasure house. So, what is the sound of enthusiasm and happiness that constantly emerges from the heart of a soul who is full of all treasures? What is that manifestation, or what is the sound of enthusiasm and happiness? How do we identify that this here is a soul that is full of all treasures? So, what is the sound that emerges not from the mouth but from the heart? It was also the sound that emerged from Brahma Baba's heart in the beginning. What was that? And Bab Dada replies himself, it is the wonder of myself, Vahare mein Shrestha, Atma Vahare mein. Just as you sing songs of the wonder of others, in the same way you sing about your own wonder. So, for the 63 births, we have been singing the songs of the wonder of others. And now, this one birth, the divine birth, which is equivalent to a diamond, in this conference age, Babdada is teaching us to sing about our own wonder. How wonderful I am. These are wonders of self respect, not words of body consciousness. You either don't know how to use the key of who am I, or you don't know how to look after it. And this is why you are not able to remember it at a time of need. Babdada says Maya is still constantly hovering around you to steal this key from you, waiting for you to doze off in carelessness for even a second so that she can steal the key from you. Just as nowadays robbers make someone unconscious, in the same way, Maya also makes you unconscious by making you lose your awareness of self respect. Therefore, Bhaktada says, constantly stay in the awareness of your self respect. Constantly stay in the awareness of your Swaman at Amrit Vela. So now Baba is giving us a few techniques to how to make this awareness constant, awareness of self-respect. At Amrit Vela, revise this lesson of who am I? Revision of this lesson again and again. Of who am I for your own self. This effort we do for our own self. Use this key from Amrit Vela. Take the key from Father and use it again and again, repeatedly. Look at all the different treasures that Baba has spoken of and see what you have received. And according to that time, use all these treasures in your life. That's the key. Using of these treasures, practical day to day life. Do not just create a bank balance, but also put that bank balance into use, and then your stage will then easily become according to your awareness of self-respect. In the scriptures that are memorials of the previous cycle, it is written for the Father, who am I? It is written that he is the most elevated of all. Now Babdada is elaborating on who is he. So it is written that he is the most elevated of all, as is the praise of the Father God, the highest on high. So too, what praise does God the Father sing for the children? Baba says the children are the highest on high. Constantly remember your elevated self respect of being the children and the masters of the highest on high Father. The Father Himself turns the beats of the rosary of you elevated souls. This is the most intoxication line words which comes in the Murli. The Father Himself turns the Almighty authority, the supreme Creator himself turns the beats of the rosary of you elevated souls. Other souls sing praise of the Father, but the Father himself sings praise of you elevated souls. Without the cooperation of you most elevated souls, even the Father cannot do anything, whether it is about establishment or it is nourishment or it is instruction. You are souls with such elevated self respect. You are the elevated souls who will reveal the Father through all relationships and who also give the Father's introduction to others. You are the ones who play the highest on high parts with the highest on high Father every cycle. The greatest self respect is that at the confluence age, you souls tie the Father with the strings of your love and relationships. You are the ones who make the Father become corporeal, the same as yourself, while the Father makes you the same as He is in the incorporeal form, whereas you make the incorporeal the same as you in the corporeal form, and you become the same as the Father in all His space. This is why even the Father says, "You are the masters, my children, you are the masters." So, do you now understand who you are? Whatever I am, however I am, by knowing yourself according to that, you will constantly be able to maintain your self respect and automatically go beyond body consciousness, beyond this limited world, beyond the distractions, etc. So, body consciousness cannot come where there is self respect. So, always keep your birthday gift with you and look after it very well. Starting from Amrit Vela, Baba says, take care, look after it. Do not forget it due to carelessness. Through this, you will naturally, underline this word, naturally, easily, and constantly. Naturally, easily, and constantly have feelings of the original self, that is Swabhavna, and good wishes, Shubha for everyone. Do you understand? It is an easy puzzle, is it not? It is easy for those who are sensible and very deep for those who are careless. So this is the determining factor of whether it would be easy for us or it would be very difficult for us. So the key is sensible. All of you are children who are sensible in an unlimited way, are you not? Not just those who are sensible, but those who are sensible in an unlimited way. Acha, now Bab Dada is summarizing today's Murli. To such souls who have broad and unlimited intellects in every aspect, to those who have such unlimited intellects that they enable all others to come out of all limitations, to those who are sensible in an unlimited way and have an attitude of unlimited disinterest, to the most elevated souls who constantly have an elevated stage and are always in the unlimited place, supreme abode, love, remembrance, and namaste from the unlimited Father. And we, elevated Master Almighty Authority Brahmin souls, also say in remembrance and say namaste to the unlimited Father. Thank you, Baba, for today's Avyakt Murli. Let's take a pause, take a moment and reflect on our inner space about the treasures which Bab Dada has shared today through this Murli, the key to the puzzle of who am I and how to maintain that key, how to stabilize in that stage, the three stages Bab Dada spoke about, the self-respect, Swabhavna, and Shubha Bhavna for everyone, irrespective of the time, irrespective of the place, irrespective of the external situation. Om Shanti. So Om Shanti. So let's come back to the second part of the session about the churning of today's Murli. Each one of us, the members of the Divine Family, may share something which we have we are taking as a takeaway from today's session, or something which we have experienced that while we have been in the Soman, the stage of Soman, self-respect, what advantages or what are the benefits of being in self-respect in a particular practical life situation, and how it turned around the attitude from limited to unlimited. How did turn around the outcomes, and how how each one of us make an effort to stabilize, or we are in natural stage. What is the difference between both of them? So we can share based on today's Murli. Okay, Grija sister has shared very important lines. The three stages of SR, self-respect. One is self-respect for self, that is Soman. Then eternal feelings for others, that is Shubhavna, and that is constant good wishes. Eternal feelings is Bhav. Yeah, and third is Shubhavna. Beautiful, very nice. And just see that there are these three very important stages, or we can also say they are the important ingredients of a wonderful recipe. Who am I? These three ingredients are also sequentially related, isn't it? Any thoughts on this? Which should be first, which should be second, and which should be third? What are these three stages, and what sequence should they be in? Can someone share on that?
So as per today's Murli, where Baba says that if you stabilize yourself in the stage of self respect, that's the beginning of stabilizing yourself on the other two stages.
Yes,
So,
the first and the most important awareness is Soman, who am I? And then automatically, once I very clear about who am I, that Soman, then second stage comes as Swabhav. I start feeling that Swaman. And once I feel that Swaman, automatically the energy radiates in the form of Shubh Bhavna for everyone. I mean, this is one perspective. Thank you, beautiful sharing, Lucky sister. Others may also join. And how do we practically relate to this in office, home, or at a marketplace? How do we translate these three important stages over there? Yeah, anyone
Om Shanti, brother.
sharing? Please.
As you rightly said, which should come first? Because even in the stages, unless we know the steps, I cannot go to the third step unless I have thoroughly mastered the first step. Like I always used to think I've got two eyes. I'm not talking about the divine eye, I'm talking about the two physical eyes which the human body gets when it is born. So with it, I can see everything external. I can see the beautiful world. I can see the beautiful people. I can see goodness, everything and all. And in this run for looking at everyone from above, I like it. But that something which should go from me to say, yes, that is good. That is nice. That should continue. If that kind of permanence in my vision of that world, of that others should come, I should first see who am I? Who is this particular person? What is this physical eye looking at? So, who is beyond this physical eye? Who is looking at this vision? So, that's why we always say self realization leads to self respect. So first realization is, it's sometimes some people say, oh, if you just first start looking at yourself instead of looking at others, it's ego. No, I'm not telling you to just look at yourself and stop there. Baba has given us the second step also. So first step, to know who am I, which we know is such a puzzle and riddle of life. So once I have the feeling that I'm just the real me, is not these two physical eyes, but it is something within else. So once I'm able to realize that and I'm able to love it, still I'm not talking about God connection, just myself, self, then I can come out, wow, is this really me? And then I'll see wow in others. Then if I wish myself nice, I can have good wishes for others. And if I also have good feelings for myself, then I can have. So I think everything first starts from this, but human being. I think we first look physically, but the process of realization automatically comes from within. Then the feeling, the bhav, the feeling from thought about self, thought to others, and then wishes for others. It's a very lovely, subtle thread, like automatically it takes place, I think. Om Shanti.
Yes, beautifully brought out and elaborated by you, Sister Gija. And this is rightfully also because Baba has also said that to stabilize in your self respect is the first lesson. That's first stage, first step. And uh, any other sharing related to this? What are the words of intoxication which Brahma Baba used to practice?
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Vijit Bhai. Om Shanti.
Yeah, so I would like to just add on to what's going on. I mean, the journey. So here, Soman, right? So it's like we are giving regard to the self first. So when we stabilize there, right? So there is a lot of benefit. One thing is we can be a detached observer also. When I say detached observer, so we often become conditional about others. Let's say we coming to the field of action, right? So there we, when we see others doing things in an inappropriate way, right? So we kind of become judgmental about them. Okay, so why are they like this, right? So when somebody does, right? When it's not the right way or according to someone, if it is not the right way, then they feel like this is not the right way, or we try to put the finger, right? So when we sit or stabilize ourselves in Suman, which means we are respecting the self, and when we automatically the respect to others also comes, right? So there we get the power to detach from their role and look at them in their original form, and where we don't look at their acquired sanskar, which would be the because of which they would have done something. We would get that right thought or right awareness to look at them. They're just playing that role, which actually make us also not to be judgmental about them, or we don't put ourselves in that condition. So it's actually a beautiful feeling. So that's to practice the detached observer. I think this someone helps a lot. Okay.
Yeah, interesting sharing by you, Vijay Bhaiji. Very nice sharing. Uh, Being detached does help. Yeah, to see the reality, uh, the original form of the soul. Others may also share. We have 5 more minutes.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
So it's human nature that whatever activities human beings do is to gain respect or not to lose that respect. So respect is a very, very important aspect. And like we have the knowledge that it's not the being, it's not the doing, it's the being part that is important. The being, the soul. When the soul is stabilized in self respect, has the true awareness of who am I, then the doing part, the actions, the behavior, the words, the relationships and connections, everything falls in place. So I have a little question that when we are communication, what is the percentage of communication with others? How much are we communicating with others?
Om Shanti. I mean, you mean to say that, I think, good peace sister, that how much percentage we are communicating with others, and how much percentage we are communicating with our own self. So
Yes, yes,
that's what you mean.
yes.
Anyone may share, please.
Just a yes or no means just or a percentage. What is the
Commu-
percentage of communication with self and others?
Yeah, for Bab Dada expects it to be 100%. It should be with our own self. Then automatically
Yes,
the
yes,
radiates with everyone.
you got
Communication
it.
with our own self.
Yes, that's the beauty, that every communication is always with the self. We think, we believe that we are communicating with others, with colleagues, with like yesterday's Murli, that the relationships and connections we have with others. Actually, each and every communication,
Yeah,
100% communication is only with the self.
very true. Because the proof of this thing is that it records in the soul. Whatever we are speaking to anyone, whatever we are feeling for anyone, whatever we are doing for anyone, it first creates an impression in the soul. It is, the recording is being done. Every moment is being recorded in the soul and becomes a sanskar. So the awareness that I am in my original form, original place, and speaking to my Baba, that my creator. I think this is the highest on high awareness which we Baba is expecting, isn't it? So that brings one churning. I was just thinking on these three stages, sister, that for the benefit of everyone, these three stages, there is like, let's check ourselves. Is it constant throughout the day from Amrit Vela till night, or it is transient? It is fluctuating. So how, mostly in my view, it's, in my case, it's fluctuating. Sometimes I'm in very good swaman, and then next moment I come down from the stage. So why does this happen? How to prevent this? Maybe we can we can churn on this aspect for 1 or 2, 3 minutes. How to
Yes.
make it, and
So
not
Baba
not a
says,
sine wave or a cosine wave. It should be constant state.
yeah, it should be constant. Baba's hope is that it should be constant. Sada, Sahaj or Swatah. So Baba uses these terms antarmukh. So antarmukh is the inner mouth, the inner conversation that we are having. Conversation always is with the self. And self-respect, swaman, is what we are talking to ourselves. Who am I? What I have to do, like Dadi Janki used to say, मैं कौन, मेरा कौन, मुझे करना क्या है. So this is the conversation with the self. Swaman is nothing but what I am telling to myself about myself. Is it high? Is it elevated? Or is it just ordinary? Or is it that I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher, I'm a trainer? Or is it I am a soul playing the role of a trainer? So it is just this replacement of body consciousness to soul consciousness. And as brother, as you were saying, that how to make it constant. So again, it is the awareness, it is the determination, the attention without tension. And as Suraj Bhaiji also tells that we can begin with writing, because when we are writing, both the right and the left parts of the brain, they get activated, and that takes to the memory that yes, this is it, what I am. And one more thing that I have benefited, I keep target, like I have to practice this swaman for at least, I keep a high target, like for at least 500 times. So it's not that I'm counting it, I'm sitting and counting. It's just I keep revising it inside myself, while doing, while walking, while eating. That one thought, pure thought. So in that way, the pressure of thoughts is accumulated. So that awareness, and if you keep a small target each day, that this is what I have to do, this is this many times. What I did was that every swaman repeat it in a very gentle pace. Then in 1 minute, I think we can do it for at least 21 times. If it is a very simple three-worded, like my Master Sarva Shaktivan, we can do it up to 21 times in 1 minute. In 1 minute is 60 seconds. We can do it. Or if you want to reduce the pace, you want to do it even more gently, then you can do it 11 times also. So if there is a traffic control of 3 minutes, then see the amount that we are going to accumulate.
Yeah,
Just one
that's
Soman,
a very,
just
very,
one.
very useful, very, very useful tip. I think it will benefit everyone. I used to practice writing, but off late I've stopped that, and because there is always a stage, but this is, I think a more better stage that we can practice it internally in our thoughts very gently and as per the pace, whatever we is convenient to us. So good tip. And
Om, Om
yeah,
Shanti.
any last sharing we'll take. Yeah, thank
Om,
please.
Om
Yeah.
Om Shanti. Uh, Whatever that we discussed today and whatever the Murli it was, what I realized, what Baba basically wants us to go for introspection. What we do, we generally see others and we don't check ourselves what actual is the state of mind of ours. So Baba says that go for introspection, then you will realize who you are. Who you are, what you have become, and what you have to do purusharth to become actually who you are. When we really do introspection, then we realize that yes, we are not ordinary, we are really wonderful. And for that, we have to be honest in our approach, honest in our purusharth, and be obedient to Baba. And then only we will add on the divine virtues. And in that process, you will realize that who am I? Om Shanti.
Yes, beautifully expressed. Yes. Um, so we'll also just read out the sharings on the chat box. Uh, uh, User system said that real is eternal. That being soul consciousness, that is a real stage, is eternal, and then I can have eternal feelings, and nothing outside can harm me. Yes, internal security. Yeah, it brings the internal security, these three stages. And the Radhamani sister shares that sound emerges from Brahma Baba is Vahari, the wonder of who am I? Vahari mein. And Geja sister again shares first food for soul is respect, man, and this nourishment comes from within me. Yeah. And Girja sister also says, so if only talking to self, isn't it sitting in a cave? Yeah, it's introspection. It's ekantavasi. Then only we can observe how spatial am I, how I'm a real diamond. Today's intoxication points are we'll cover in the meditation session. So let's, if there's no more sharings, then we can just take 1 minute meditation and close the session to implement it practically, as brother and sister everyone has shared, that we need to apply it, use it to increase our treasures. Unless we use, unless we work on ourselves, it's not going to benefit us in the practical form. It will not make us stabilize in that stage. So let's begin the meditation. Let's all be seated in a real form. Go deep inside, dive deep into this sagar, the ocean of called life. Dive deep into this ocean of life. where there is constant stillness, constant silence, no distractions, no deviations from my real me. Here I am in the ocean bed, in my real form, my real place, my original abode, my original form of being pure energy, pure light, the point form, where I am detached from the external world, completely aware about who am I. I'm a real diamond, the child of the Almighty Authority, who's got all inheritance from the Father, all treasures of knowledge, purity, peace, happiness, joy, divine love, and powers within me. I'm a wonderful star performer, hero actor, starting from the beginning till the end of this drama. God Himself sings the praise of who am I. God Himself turns the beads of the rosary of my qualities, my wonderful Swaman, Swabhav, and Shubh Bhavana for everyone. This is the real me. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, Divine Family. Over to Raki sister. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Mumbai. Thank you, Divine Family. Let's take this practice for the day and always to stabilize ourselves in the stage of self-respect of who I am. We meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Have a wonderful day.